Welcome back to Beagle Eye Visions Internet. We have an awesome book review here for you, as usual. This book is amazing. It's 10 out of 10. The author is a legend. This book is called Give to Nature, and Nature Will Give to You. It's a fantastic book. I'm a big fan of this book. Whenever we go hang out with our Jasmine's nieces and nephews, I always try to make it a point to bring this book, and they always get fired up over it. So Give to Nature and Nature Will Give to You by Indica Martin. Indica Martin is an absolute legend. There's CubbyWhole. If you're following Beagle Eye Visions, we've been doing the grinding series with the CubbyWhole podcast. So we just grind a video game, and I record CubbyWhole podcast over whatever I'm playing, and I believe episode like number 17 or maybe episode 20. It's a shorter one, like a 30-minute. It's a 30-minute little episode where CubbyWhole Nate Cap interviews Indica Martin, and it's an awesome interview. It's a really fun episode. That's where Indica mentions in that interview that the artist that she got for this book didn't try to change her vision at all, and did exactly what she requested, which I thought that was really cool. I thought that was legendary, you know. Another thing that's interesting to mention is that this book took 4 years to come to fruition, and I definitely know that feeling with the Dead and On Sarah songs. I've been playing these Dead and On Sarah songs for about like 7 to 8, maybe 9 years, and I still don't have an EP, even acoustic EP or a full band EP, but we're trying this year. Maybe we'll do it. It's tough. It's tough to find other musicians, but so I know the feeling. I know the feeling. It takes, when you do stuff in this nature, it takes a long time. You want to work with people that you'll trust. You know that, like, the artist who doesn't give her vision at all and just listen to Indica. So this book talks about the very important principles, the principles of nature, right? And if obviously it's right in the title, Give to Nature and Nature Will Give to You. So it gets into very important principles. But before we dive into the book, I will read the preface. I think the preface is awesome, and again, just the artwork of this book is just beautiful. I love this book. So I want to read this. This book is a gift to you and is meant to be read by anyone of any age. If someone is young and doesn't understand the message, my hope is that someone older will take the time to read it and explain it to them. Far too people talk about nature as you will read and give to nature and nature will give to you. It is up to all of us if we want to find the key, a word that is used as a hint or to find an answer to something. What are your eyes and ears paying attention to? Do you understand the difference between right and wrong? There will be many events in your day-to-day life that will test you. You are here to transform into a person that knows there are principles that cannot be ignored. We are in the school of life to learn and get it right. It is about value for all life. My hope for you is that when reading Give to Nature and Nature Will Give to You, it will show you new and different ways to think and behave. Remember, everyone has a choice. Another hope is that you'll find your care deep inside you. You are very powerful with a big imagination. Good luck finding your key. Growing in strength, knowledge, and consciousness. Love, Mother Earth. I thought that was really cool. And I think that gives a good example of the nature of this book. It's very, it's an awesome book. It's a very gentle book, and like what that said, it's for everybody. Everybody needs to read this book, and that's why we're doing the book review. So to get into some of the principles, the principle of mentalism, and this is a direct quote from the book. Mentalism: the all is mind. The universe is mental. Our thoughts and imaginations can lead to creating what we want, can lead to creating what we get and experience on Earth, and that's from page 3. So everything has to happen in the mind. If you have an idea and you want to make it tangible, it will occur in the mind first. This table most likely happened in somebody's mind whether it was an architect or whoever designed this table. This table happened in somebody's mind, and then they draw the blueprints, put it through the factory, and then this table finally gets produced. That's just how it works. And then, so we're gonna get into some emerald language and break down the word universe. Okay, so uni is derived from the Latin word unus, meaning one. Like how police wear a uniform, it's a one form, kind of like robots. Verse is Old English, an early West Germanic borrowing directly from Latin, meaning line or section of a psalm or canticle. So universe, if you break the word down and study the etymology, universe means one verse. It's all of our one song. But the thing about that is that not everybody are putting in our voice into the one song. That's what we all really need to start taking action and taking responsibility and talking about these things, because that's what will unify the one song, the universe, our song. It's all of our song. We're all a part of it. Then which that leads to correspondence. But before getting to the quote of correspondence, here's a quote from an awesome song, and I'll tell you who wrote the song once I say the quote. Well, they cannot escape. One if by land, two if by sea. Because I saved my money, but it can't save me. And maybe there's blood from the past, but it's not from me. Oh, they can take away one man, they can take away his might, but they cannot take us all. No, they cannot dig a hole the right size to fit all of our dreams. No, they can't bury me, they can't bury me. Oh, we can't hope that somebody else take our place. And in the song they repeat that. We can't hope that someone else take our place. No, we can't hope. We can't hope that somebody else take our place. And that song is The City by a very underrated band called The Chariot. If you don't know who The Chariot is, go look them up right after you watch this book review, because they are awesome. Very inspirational music. And, those songs, The Chariot has contributed to the universe. That they have contributed to the one song. So correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. The great second Hermetic principle embodies the truth that there is a harmony, agreement, and correspondence between the several planes between the several planes of manifestation, life, and being. The truth is a truth because all that is included in the universe emanates from the same source, and the same laws, principles, and characteristics apply to each unit or combination of units of activity, as each manifests its own phenomena upon its own plane. And that's a direct quote from the CubbyWhole. And the CubbyWhole is a book that we've done a previous book review. So if you haven't seen that book review, go back and watch that one, because it's really good. And the CubbyWhole ties directly into this book. And that's kind of one of the reasons why we do these books in the order that we do them, is because, I feel that just like the CubbyWhole, it ties directly in with this book. So, speaking of correspondence, I want to give a shout out to the One Love Bob Marley movie. It was 10 out of 10. I can't wait to buy it on DVD when it comes out. That movie has so many nuggets of wisdom and truth littered all throughout it, and just like the Rastafarian music, just nuggets of wisdom and truth littered all over Rasta music and that Bob Marley movie. And Bob Marley is he's a legend. I look up to him. He's an awesome musician. I think he's an amazing person. But I digress. So we're gonna keep moving along with the principles. So the next principle is vibration. Everything is in motion, nothing is at rest. The energy we put out is the energy we receive. And that's a direct quote from this book, not from the CubbyWhole. You can observe these laws in nature every day, okay? When you can see vibration when you skip a stone across a pond, or when you pluck a string on a guitar, how the string vibrates and reverberates. In fact, in the movie Jurassic Park, to shout out to another movie, in the movie Jurassic Park, When the T-Rex is coming towards the vehicle and it makes the water ripple, the way that they do that, the way that they do that effect is they use a guitar. They put the water on top of a guitar and they pluck the string, and that's how they got the water ripple. So again, that's just another way you could see vibration in nature. And another way is when somebody comes in the room with a negative or a low frequency vibration, the energy in the room shifts. Or when somebody very angry comes near you, you can feel it, you know, and it goes both ways. When somebody nice or when somebody who has a high frequency vibration comes into the room, you know, you can feel it. Again, you can feel it. The vibration resonates around you with our bodies and the environment around us. So that's why we must be vigilant. We must be cautious of the things that we say and do, because our behavior has an effect. And you know, children learn from us adults, whether we have kids or not. So we need to we need to take responsibility about what comes out of our mouth, and you know, we need to spend time and pay attention. I always say that, you know, and because children are in their formative years, their formative years is how Mark Passio says. So we need to use our spiritual currency. I already said that, I'm not going to repeat myself. And this is what consciousness is all about. It's about being aware of our thoughts, emotions, our actions, and what is going on around us in the world around us. That's what being conscious is. So that brings us to the law of rhythm. Everything in nature is always moving, like a pendulum. Johnny Cash wrote a song about this. You know, he wrote, it's important. See, it's so important that even Johnny Cash wrote a song about it, you know. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues. That's an amazing song. Amazing song. I love Johnny Cash. Another great musician. Oh. Jasmine, you didn't shake up the W very well. And shout out to W too. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, so when you get the blues, the measure of the blues to the left is the measure of the blues to the right. Oh. I pressed the wrong button. So all of these principles that are inherent in nature, like the law of gravity, you know, gravity will exist whether you believe in it or not. Your belief is irrelevant. So, give to nature and nature will give to you also reminds us of the 5 elements of earth, air, fire, water, and ether, which is otherwise known as energy, or I would like to call it a spirit. I'd call it spirit. Another important principle to understand is the principle of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. And just to add on to that for the polarity, like hot and cold, you know, light and dark, these are all differing degrees of polarity. They're not, that you can't have absolute heat and you can't have absolute cold. It's just a measure of how we can tell, you know, a measure of polarity. This book also goes over the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Or you could use the apophatic method, which is obtained through negation. So don't do unto others what you do not want done to you. That's another great way of distinguishing that. So the next page from there is about the principle of cause and effect. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The last couple of pages hits on the principle of gender. Everything in the universe has a male and female energy to it, and this is the truth. The truth is simply that which is, and anybody who tries to tell you otherwise is obfuscating the truth. It's that simple. That's why I love the truth. You know, like if you listen to the Chelsea Hotel book review that we did, you know that I love simplicity. Yeah, that's why punk rock is very simple. 3 chords, right? Take 3 chords, write a song to try to change the world, and that's it. That's all punk rock is. Very simple. And the truth, again, I don't care if I sound like a broken record. This is why I love the truth. It's that simple. The truth is that which is. So at the end of the book, Indica gives a very heartwarming shout out to her son Nathan Cap, and her husband Douglas Martin. And those guys are both legends. Again, if you've been following the channel, you know about the grinding series. Douglas Martin, we did a grinding episode where I was playing Titan Quest and I was roaming around Egypt while Douglas Martin talked about the like the origins of Egypt. I don't have, off the top of my head, I don't know. I don't know exactly how to say it, but yeah. So shout out to those guys. Definitely get this book. I will put a link to how to get this book to the description. I'll leave a link to the website, and then if you want to check out the interview, actually I should probably leave a link to the interview as well. And yeah, so give to nature and nature will give to you. It is an awesome book. Check it out. 10 out of 10. The next book will be Esoteric Hollywood. And also go to another shout out. So Douglas Martin is brothers with the owner of Skatopia, Bruce Martin, another legend. All these guys are legends. I'm wearing the shirt today because the shirt's kind of going on its last leg. Shout out to Dubby. Get this book. I think we purchased it for like, I think it was like $20, maybe $23.
Yeah.
$23. So yeah, thank you Indica Martin, and thank you Nate Cat for interviewing Indica Martin, giving me more content to talk about. So yeah, thank you guys. Get this book. I'll leave it in the description. Shout out to and then tune into the One Great Work Network if you want more knowledge like this. All right.